Imagine building the most beautiful palace on Earth just to fill it with spinning saws and fire pits to torture your guests. This isn't Saw. This wasn't some horror movie, psycho. This was done by one of the greatest geniuses in history. History loves to tell us that geniuses are logical heroes. Brilliant minds who changed the world for the better. The reality? They're usually egomaniacal maniacs with too much power and zero therapy. Today, we're looking at three geniuses who crossed the line into full-blown psychopathy. And trust me, what they did makes modern serial killers look like amateurs. Let's start in 300 for BC, India. Meet Ashoka, ugly kid. Thick, rough skin. Hated by his own father, the emperor. His brothers, conventionally handsome, loved by everyone. But here's the thing about Ashoka. He was a brilliant administrator and a military genius. While his brothers were busy being pretty, Ashoka was the only one actually capable of running an empire. So when Daddy dies, guess what happens? The ministers try to skip over Ashoka in the succession. They want one of the pretty boys on the throne. Big mistake! Ashoka doesn't accept this. He kills all of his brothers. Well, almost all of them. He spares one, just to be generous. The main rival, Ashoka personally throws him into a pit of burning coals. And that's just the warm-up. Once he's emperor, Ashoka builds what historians literally call Ashoka's hell. Picture this, a palace so gorgeous from the outside that people would beg for invitations. But inside, it was a theme park of torture. Spinning saw blades, lakes of fire, rooms designed specifically to maximize human suffering. And get this, he burned 500 of his own concubines alive. Why? Because they made fun of his skin. They said he was ugly, and his response was to turn them into human torches. Let that sink in. This guy had the intelligence to run one of history's largest empires, and he used that genius brain to design the ancient world's most elaborate murder dungeon. He literally created a torture amusement park disguised as a palace. Honestly, burning someone because they insulted your skin is a bit dramatic, don't you think? What's the dumbest reason you've ever seen someone completely snap? Tell me down in the comments. Now let's jump to the year 945, Kiev. Meet Olga, intelligent, politically savvy, devoted wife. Everything's going pretty well until the Drevlians, a neighboring tribe, decide to murder her husband Igor in the most brutal way possible. They literally bent the trees down, tied him between them, and let the trees snap back, ripping him in half. So the Drevlians kill her husband, and then, get this, they send ambassadors to propose marriage to Olga. They actually think she's just some weak widow who will be grateful for the offer. They have no idea what's coming. Olga, being the genius she is, plays along. She acts all innocent and flattered. She tells the ambassadors, "Oh yes, I'd love to marry your prince. Come back tomorrow, and I'll give you a proper reception." The ambassadors arrive the next day in their boat, all excited. Olga has her people carry them, boat and all, into the palace courtyard. Then she has them buried alive, boat included. While she stands there watching and literally asks them, "Are you enjoying the honor I'm giving you?" But she's just getting started. She sends a message. "Send me your best nobles so we can discuss the wedding properly." They send another group. Olga invites them to bathe after their long journey. They go into the bathhouse. She locks the doors and burns it down with everyone inside. Still not satisfied, Olga goes to the Drevlian territory for a funeral feast for her dead husband. She gets 5,000 Drevlians drunk at the feast. Then she has her soldiers massacre all of them. 5,000 people slaughtered at what they thought was a peace dinner. And here's the masterpiece. She lays siege to the Drevlian capital. They're holding out, so Olga makes a humble request for tribute. She doesn't want gold or slaves. No, she asks for 3 pigeons and 3 sparrows from each household. The Drevlians think this is hilarious. They're like, this is the easiest peace deal ever. They send the birds. Olga's people tie pieces of sulfur-soaked cloth to each bird's legs, light them on fire, and release the birds. What do birds do? They fly home to their nests. The nests are in the houses. The houses are made of wood and thatch. The entire city burns to the ground. She used basic biology to turn household pets into guided missiles in the year 945. Okay, using pigeons as heat-seeking weapons in 945 AD is objectively genius. If you think Olga deserved an Oscar for Best Revenge, hit that like button right now. Seriously, click it. From ancient kings to something more democratic. Let's talk about Andrew Jackson. Military genius, war hero, future president of the United States, and complete lunatic. In 1806, Jackson gets into a petty argument with Charles Dickinson over a horse racing bet. Insults get thrown around. Dickinson says something about Jackson's wife. Jackson, being the stable individual he is, challenges Dickinson to a duel. Here's the problem. Charles Dickinson is literally the best shot in Tennessee. Everyone knows this. Jackson knows this. But Jackson doesn't care because he's not trying to outdraw the guy. He's got a different strategy. And it's absolutely insane. The day of the duel arrives. They stand at their marks. Dickinson fires first. The bullet hits Jackson directly in the chest, near his heart. Jackson doesn't fall. He doesn't even flinch. He just stands there, holding his coat over the wound to hide the blood. Dickinson is standing there in complete shock. The duel master is about to call it off because Jackson was hit. But Jackson raises his pistol slowly, aims carefully, and fires. The gun misfires. By the rules, that should be it. The duel is over. Jackson doesn't care about the rules. He recocks the pistol and shoots Dickinson anyway, killing him. And here's the kicker. Jackson lived with that bullet lodged in his chest for the rest of his life. It was too close to his heart to remove. He became president of the United States as a known murderer who literally took a bullet to the chest just so he could legally kill a guy who insulted him. Apparently, being a functional psychopath is a prerequisite for the White House. Whether it's building hell on earth, weaponizing birds is napalm, or taking a bullet to the chest on purpose, the line between genius and psychopath isn't thin. It doesn't exist. These people had the intelligence to change the world. They chose to use it for torture palaces, citywide cremations, and presidential murder. That's the dark truth about genius. It doesn't make you good. It just makes you more effective at whatever you choose to do. If you want to see more geniuses doing absolutely stupid and terrible things, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell. We've got stories about Tesla you won't believe coming next week.